Two suspects will make their first appearance in the Bela Bela Magistrates Court tomorrow for housebreaking and theft at Phala Phala. The suspects, aged 39 and 30, were arrested yesterday. One was arrested in Rustenburg and the other in Bela Bela. The Hawk says the arrest of a third suspect is imminent. Well, recently, the SAPS has also been scoring some big wins against narcotics trafficking, detecting and destroying drugs with an estimated value of 1 billion rand. National Police Commissioner General Fannie Masemola joins us now. Good evening and welcome, General, to the program. This is quite a big win, and I imagine it's also, a psychological victory and boost for our enforcement agents. Their networks, this is with the drug traffickers, their networks and modus operandi seem to be getting more and more sophisticated. How do you plan for this operationally without giving away any secrets, of course?
Thank you very much. We found the operations to be quite helpful. We, together with our law enforcement agencies internationally, we think we are getting behind the racket that is dealing with drugs internationally. So we are quite happy that we are making inroads in terms of international syndicates that are transporting or bringing in drugs to the country, South Africa, and of course some of it using it as it transit to other countries.
In one of the instances, two customs officials and an airline attendant found to be complicit or associated with this, and it points to, in some ways, how sophisticated the operations have become. It suggests that there might be even more like them. How do you go about making sure that you root everyone in that chain out?
The current teams that we have that are fighting this scourge of drugs at our ports of entries, we don't spare anybody. We are looking at anybody that might be involved in drugs, be it doesn't matter whether it's our police members or any other department officials that are working that in those ports of entry. We make sure that we apply the law equally. And the recent successes that we have in Durban Harbour and also the Dubai Trade Port, which is over 150 million worth of cocaine. And the recent one we had at Galeja. Also, we are quite happy that we are making inroads in these drug cartels.
I suppose the arrest of these three, two, customs officials and someone who works for the airlines, as I mentioned now, suggests that this network could be similar and replicated. In the crime intelligence world in which you work, how entrenched would you say these networks are in South Africa, given, as you've just shared with us as well, that you have to talk to your international counterparts? These are quite sophisticated operations, right?
Yes, the operations are sophisticated in that but we do work with our international counterparts, the law enforcement agencies. We also make use of Interpol. We also work with, we have formed a team, which we call it trilateral cell, between us, Mozambique, Tanzania, and the other SADC countries are coming on board in that fight against drugs that are coming. We call it the southern route.
So one of the issues, of course, is intercepting these consignments before they even make it into South Africa. And the other is making sure that those that have made it through, these enforcement efforts, to be sure that you can root them out in the communities in which they are proliferate. How do you manage to get that complementary work done? How well are you doing on the fight against drugs on South African soil and in South African communities?
Locally, our DPCI, together with crime intelligence, as well as our K9 and flying squad, they do discover a lot of drug labs in the country, and we have dismantled a lot of them. We have seen that a lot of some farms are used as places where they manufacture these drugs, some even in townships. And we do make sure that as we get intelligence around that and we dismantle a lot. We have dismantled a lot, and recently we have also destroyed a large quantity of drugs worth about 800 million in Gauteng.
Would you say that you're getting stronger and better in policing, managing and preventing the drug trade in South Africa?
We think we are, and we also request the communities to help us out there, because drugs are doing harm to the society, especially the new generation. So whoever have got information or intelligence, give it to the police so that we can make sure that we root out those people that are feeding drugs to our communities, including those that are manufacturing and or transporting them.
I want to quickly go to the other big story that we're leading with today, and this is the arrest of 2 people in connection with the Phala robbery in 2020. They're going to be in court tomorrow on charges of housebreaking and theft. What led to this breakthrough 3 years after the incident?
Well, you will recall that the DPCI has been investigating the case. So investigation will always lead either into a breakthrough, or if it's not a breakthrough, we'll still keep on looking for suspects until we find them. So yes, there is 2 people arrested. They will appear in court tomorrow.
Of course, because there's been such a focused national attention on the story, lots of allegations being made that the arrest of a 3rd suspect is imminent. What do you say to that? And also whether there was money in the sum of 20 million rand deposited into the account of one of the people that have been arrested. Just please, would you talk to those 2 points, General Masemola, before I let you go?
Those 2 points that you are talking to is part of the investigation. I will only report to you if we have made an arrest. I will not be able to tell you how far we are to the next arrest, but we'll keep you updated once we have made a breakthrough.
And the money?
No, the money is part of the court case, so we should not start trying the case out in the media. Let's wait for the investigating officers and everybody to deal with the case accordingly.
Thank you so much for talking to us tonight. That is the National Police Commissioner General Fannie Masemola.